A day to the supermarket. I was on my way to the supermarket last night, and I had to pick up a few things. You know, I had to pick up some milk and some diapers and some cologne. And,
Why no?
And out of nowhere, as I'm standing in the house.
We have an objection.
Yep. Objection.
What was your thought? Okay, somebody else should pick out the topic, because it's.
Oh, okay. No, okay. I'll let somebody else pick.
That's right.
There you go, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Fine.
Somebody give the topic.
You know what I mean?
Someone give me a topic, okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mountain climbing.
Spinning the wheel.
On the whole thing, we got it.
Okay.
That'll fix it up.
So there I was at the press conference, and I stood before them, and I told them I was going to climb Mount Everest. That's the last thing I did. And so I went out on the hike that day, and I put on my North Face jacket.
Bicycle.
I got on my bicycle. And I said to myself, I don't care if this is Mount Everest, I'm going to ride this thing until as far as I can go. And as I rode along, tears of joy flowing from my face. I never knew. I didn't know what was at the top. I sat down and I actually spoke with a young Indian there who had been hiking, had been sitting there on the trail, and he had told me an interesting story.
Oh.
And at that point in time, I listened to the story and it felt so soothing. I could see the birds flying past as I was sitting there listening to the Indian story. And I said, sir, I must go. I must continue on my quest to climb Mount Everest. So there I was, riding along on my bike, waving back to the Indian, goodbye, Chacamo! So there I was, riding up Mount Everest on a bike.
Snowfall.
Out of nowhere, snowfall had came. But with this amazing bike that I had bought on eBay, I was able to propel myself out of the way of the snowfall, and I continued to ride up the Mount Everest. It was such an amazing bike.
Hot water.
And and as I sat down for a second, and I got a little cold, I had pulled out one of my packs of hot water. I rubbed my hands against it just to stay warm. Oh, there's nothing like some good old hot water. So when you're on Mount Everest, it's about below 2 degrees. So there I was, riding on the bike once again, and I'm continuing on my quest up to Mount Everest. And then I stopped for a second just to look out and see. And as I looked out,
and you heard somebody that sounded like they were on the radio. You heard the radio.
Radio.
Oh, okay. And as I looked up, I thought I heard a faint radio song, and it was playing a good tune. So it inspired me to keep going. I tossed the bike to the side, mashed potatoes, to walk up. And he said, wow, I must sit down and enjoy my mashed potatoes tonight. They were cold just the way I like them. They were freshly made. I had smashed them myself with a rock, and I enjoyed them. Now I'm ready to go. All that protein from those mashed potatoes, I'm ready to continue to climb. So I went trekking up there, and when I got to the top, all of a sudden I noticed that Bill Gates was sitting there with a brand new laptop. And he said, this is your prize. If you can continue on just 2 more miles to the final top, to the peak.
Crab cake.
And I said, no, Bill, that's not going to be enough. I know about those PCs. I like Macs. And he said, fine, I'll throw in the laptop, and I got some Red Lobster crab cakes.